Hey, it's Dr. Rowe. It's end of the year, 31st of December 2021, and I wanted to pop in the office and do a quick reflection. I haven't been online doing anything for probably about 2 or 3 weeks now, so just thought I wanted to just jump on and share a few thoughts with you. Always an interesting part of the year, and it's one of those times of the year when so many people go online with lots of suggestions and ideas, and I guess we're either looking for inspiration or maybe just looking for some new tools, or sometimes just looking to hear a message from somebody familiar. So for those of you that know me and do listen, thank you. Appreciate all the support you've given me this year. We have had some questions about the CWI program, and are we going to be doing another one this year, 2022? I think the intention is there. Let's see how the year pans out. We had an incredible event this year, as many of you know, if you attended it, and it genuinely was a lot of fun. Taking it online for the first time and making so much changes and impact on people's lives was fantastic. So I just wanted to personally thank you all, those of you that have supported me over the year and followed it in some way, shape or form. I want to wish your families an amazing new year. Hopefully it will be healthier, more prosperous, and without all the noise that we've been getting, although I don't think we're going to avoid that, are we? Probably for another 6 to 12 months. I know you've all got your own views about what's been going on in the world, and we make our own choices. So all I would say is be thoughtful this year about the information that you're receiving and how you process it and what you choose to believe and what might be propaganda and things like that. I'm a big believer in digging a little bit deeper under the surface. And I think there's been a lot of things that, we've been led down certain paths. I've got to be cautious about what I say here on Facebook because I've got fairly strong views about certain things. I would just say be a smart thinker this year and just reflect on the information that you're presented with and whether you think it's right for you or your family. I think that's probably the most important way of looking at it. On that note, I've done four things I thought I'd put up here that might help you for 2022, and something that I think for me I've been really reflecting on as well. So the first thing is maybe looking into 2022. I think there's been so much noise, there's so much busyness going on in people's lives at the moment, and a lot of frustration about choices and not knowing what to choose and being thrown all over the place. This is a great time to clear and simplify. So maybe have a look at life and ask yourself the question, I'm certainly doing that myself, is what in my life do I not really need? Do I not need to pursue? How can I simplify things to enjoy the moments, the space? Because our attention space is something that gets easily filled on a consistent and regular basis. So the more stuff that you've got going on in 2022, although you might feel like you're being busy, often being busy and having your mind cluttered does not allow you to be effective. It certainly doesn't allow you to be as productive. And that's my experience over the years, both for myself, but also working and coaching other people as well. So for a lot of people, they think that they're successful because they're busy, but busy doesn't mean productive. So what could you thin out to simplify your life to get more out of the things that you're doing? The second thing is letting go. So are there any things that you need to let go of? And I mean painful experiences that you're still holding on to, relationships that you may still have some kind of residue from that relationship and it's frustrating you, making you angry, making you feel like, and you can't let go of those thoughts, those memories, those feelings, those associations. Maybe it's time to literally let go. And that could be done in a couple of ways. One is just simply to create a new set of beliefs about that experience. And there's ways to do that. If you've worked through Turning Point, you know how to do that. Maybe you need to forgive. Maybe it's just time to forgive that person or those people and just accept that it happened. It was part of your growth, and holding on to the shit, the negativity, the pain, and all of that stuff is not serving you. Thank you for the shout out, by the way. I just saw that there. And actually, that can be a relief to do that. It doesn't mean to say that that person or what happened is an any better person or it's made that situation any better. It existed in your life. It was there. It was part of your growth. It was part of your evolution. But holding on to it, not forgiving, not allowing yourself to just move on. How's that really serving you, your family, your kids, and the future that you have ahead of you? So that's really a thought that I want to share with you, is what could you let go of? But also, what about ideas and things that, there's certain things that I realized that I wanted to do in my youth that I've been holding on to for a while. A couple of them to do with mountaineering expeditions and stuff like that. I had this thought that maybe I could just do it over the next couple of years. And actually, that desire's changed. I've found other things that have allowed me to be more adventurous in different ways. I've kind of realized actually in the last few months, I'm going to let go of a couple of those things, because sometimes we have a bucket list and then we have a really true bucket list. And so what I'm talking about is things that you might have been wanting to do or get fulfilled that actually maybe you've moved beyond that now. You've evolved beyond that. And so you don't need to be pursuing them in the same way. And often letting them go from a list of things that you were going to do, or mentally clearing out your mind, create space so that we can put our attention on new things, maybe more quality things. So that comes to focus then. And that's the question I'm going to ask you, is what can you put your focus on this year to really get the most out of this next 12 months? Often people start the year by wanting to scale up and get bigger and do more things. And my experiences over the years, actually, as aspirationally inspiring as that could be, that's just an ego thing for a lot of people. I mean, I've sat with people go, yeah, we're going to get to £60,000 a month from this and that in our business and this and that. And they have all these highfalutin, big, broad stroke, banner type goals. And they're not really goals, by the way, they're more vision statements, with no strategy, no clarity behind it whatsoever. And they'll use that as a bit of a spout for a few months, and then they'll go quiet because all of a sudden they got caught into other stuff, or they're not really achieving those goals or aspirational visions. It's not to say it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that sometimes we'll pile stuff in there start of the year to make it feel like we've got these huge aspirations for the year. But sometimes an amazing goal could just be to spend more quality time with your kids, because you've been so busy the last year pursuing all these other things that your children have grown up another year, and you've realized, fuck, all the stuff that you wanted to do with them, you didn't. I mean, I'll share something really personally with you. On the 26th of this month, January, next month, I should say, she probably doesn't even know this, my eldest daughter, Savannah, will be exactly the same age that I was when my father passed away. So he was 46 turning 47. I was 13 years and a certain number of days old, and I realized it just over Christmas. It really dawned on me, and I started to think of all the things that I didn't get to do with my father, all those amazing things that I wanted to do at that age, and I'm sure he in his mind wanted to do with me and my two brothers, of course, as well. And he didn't get to do that because, he was sadly taken away by, he had multiple heart attacks and then another stroke in his last year, 1979. So I'm going to ask you a question, and it's a sincere question because I got really emotional about this, is like, what are the things that you just know you've been fucking putting off, that you really like, oh yeah, I'll do that next year. I've got to get this business off there. I've got to get another property and I've got to get another book written or whatever, which is great because you're in your life and you're aspiring to do things. But part of the reason we have children and we have a family is because we want to spend quality time with them. And yeah, I know we want to impress and we want to create and provide security. But, if you speak to a child when they get to a certain age, they're going to go, yeah, I'd much rather you spend more time with me, Daddy, than pursuing that. And I think for me this year, certainly looking ahead, I want to start to look at how can I eke out just those extra magic moments when you could have zipped off to go to the office, or you could have zipped off to do something. No, you spend an extra 10, 15, 20 minutes in that moment. You do something that you've been putting off for a long time. I don't know if this makes sense to anybody. So focus this year maybe could be on quality things. If you said to yourself, maybe you've got your business plan set and you've got all the financial plans set. What about one really strong focus this year on something that provides more quality for you, quality of life for you, quality time with your family? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. I just want to leave thoughts rather than solutions here. And then the last thing is, what would be a great cause that you could take up this year? Remember, the more things we stack in place, Oh my gosh, there's so much to do, Dr. Rowe. So I'm not suggesting that you take on lots of things. I'm just saying if you had 4 or 5 key areas in your life and that was it, instead of 10, 15 or whatever people tend to do, what if one of those areas was just a cause, whether it's working with a shelter, feeding people, clothing people. It could be just helping out in the local community or your local church or whatever your religious beliefs are, but something that allows you to not be busy building a business or in your job, not be busy looking after the family, not be busy doing some sport for you, whatever, but actually doing something that is beyond you and unconditional and not asking for anything back. And we get something back by the very fact that we do it, because we feel a sense of gratitude and the fact that we've been able to help other people. But just a thought on creating some space to do something unconditional for other people without ever asking for anything back. What could be a cause that you've put off for a while? That's it. There's the 4 things. Have an amazing new year. Thank you for the messages. I can see some of the hearts coming up as well. And I'll see you in the new year. Celebrate. I'm just going to spend time with my family this new year. That's all I want to do. And we're not going out, not doing anything special in terms of that. We're just going to have some time together. And I ordered something for my kids, which hopefully has arrived and I can enjoy with them over the next few hours. Happy New Year, everybody. Have an amazing 2021 into 2022.